Welcome back to Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valentia. Boy, we've been on the DLC for a while, huh? So, let's continue on our way. As if none of that ever happened, except it did, because now we have 4 people across 2 different parties. And we're starting with a battle that doesn't actually have an intro. So, last time we were on the map, we saw Ulm do some stuff, so technically, I should be going with Celica. I'm gonna kind of alternate between them overall, but we're gonna be getting a little bit into map stuff this time. We're in Chapter 3, and that is significant, and there's more to the map than just running across it and doing battles, as we have for the last 2 chapters. It's also not a very useful place for knights. I think they should be even farther, but also it is mage map, so I guess maybe we should be having Pegasus Knights do most of this work.
So one thing about Echoes that I have a hard time getting used to is how many maps just start.
Yep.
No cutscene, we're just going.
Yeah, especially in this portion of the game, because in chapters 1 and 2 they were introducing, like, things, they were introducing unit types, they had little cutscenes about that, but even then there were a few here and there that just kind of happened. Like the cavalry maps, or actually now that I think about it, a lot of the pirate maps. At this point, we've got all the context we need, though. We're on Ulm's routes, and therefore we're going to be fighting Desai's troops and also Rigel. So we've just got Rigel mages, and that's all you need to know. These are not particularly important mages. In fact, I don't even think there is a important boss here. There's nobody with a portrait.
This is prime NES Fire Emblem.
Yep. Like, half of Prime NES Fire Emblem is... there are bosses, but basically all of them look exactly the same. And then the other half is this game. It's like, alright, well, here's just the mage map.
Yeah. NES Fire Emblem, where why don't we just put a whole bunch of one enemy type right here?
What if you had to fight one guy, but, like, repeated? Guy cubed. Which is what Faye just did.
I think NES is guy squared. It's not until Thracia that you hit guy cubed.
Mm-hmm.
Thracia has entirely too many enemies.
Guy to the power of 100. Guy to the power of... no, you're supposed to just leave. The entire point is that, like, the main army is coming and, like, you can't actually fucking fight them. You can't win, give up.
Accept your helplessness.
Shade also starts with Physic, which is very nice. Which, you know, is probably pretty good because Silk doesn't have Physic. I think we went over this for why I had the first 2 characters join Celica, but with Shade and Yuzu, slightly less sword user, and also pretty darn good healer. This is another situation where, like, Ulm's not exactly hurting for sword characters, but also, as I'm sure has been brought up before, at least in the character profiles, like, Priestess is technically Celica's class, so that's unique for Ulm's route. She is able to use both magic and sword, and that's real good. Again, not hurting for those, but it's nice. Also only has the one healer for now. That is subject to change in the future.
Yeah, the main thing about Alm is that his whole team is pretty well balanced, so he's not really hurting for anything. Celica has some very obvious deficiencies.
Yeah. Celica has much sword and much magic. Yuzu's both of those, and she's good at both of those, but Celica's still got both of those. Also, as a quick note, the map theme starting Chapter 3 is Undiscovered Horizons. Well, you've heard enough of that. Now let's go to the actually important battle of the episode.
A moment, please, Alm. I have a fresh report from our scouts. Apparently, the enemy's main force has retreated west through the forest. But before we give chase, we should deal with Desai. It wouldn't be wise to pass him by while his fortress lies in reach.
All right, that makes sense. But listen, Lucas, do you know anything about the Regalian general Fernand mentioned? Berkut, I believe it was?
Lord Berkut, yes. I am no stranger to the rumors, at least. They say he's about your age. A talented young general of royal blood. It's no wonder Fernand is so smitten with him.
Yeah. Does it really matter so much where you're born or who your father was?
I beg your pardon.
Oh, sorry. I don't mean to speak ill of nobles or anything.
Well, I should hope not. Your own grandfather was a count, after all.
Yeah, I know, but...
Enough of this talk. Beyond this forest lies a great army. You shouldn't trouble yourself with anything but the battles ahead.
You're right, Clive. I apologize.
As I live and breathe, the Deliverance. Well, this is simply delightful.
Huh? Fernand? And who's this?
My name is Berkut. I am nephew to His Majesty Emperor Rudolph.
So here he is.
Was it? I must say I was most impressed by the battle at Zofia Castle. I nearly mistook that motley band of rustics you were leading for an army.
What are you doing here? Your main force has retreated. Lord Berkut longs for sport and wishes to test your might.
I've gone too long without fighting and felt I needed a spot of practice. Now then, do try to make this little exercise worth my time.
Gods, he's charging right at us.
What's the matter, farm boy? Afraid you won't land a single blow?
The name is Orm, not Thorn Boy.
Oh, my mistake. Wait a second. That mark on your left hand. Where did that come from?
What do you care? Are you here to fight or not?
No, it cannot be the brand. Not on one as unremarkable as you. It must be false, just like its bearer.
Alright, so, I gotta admit, I really like this fight, sort of. It's 3 Cavaliers. I like this because it's actually a pretty good recontextualization of Fire Emblem Gaiden, because this is basically the fight that was on this map spot in the original. It was just 3 paladins. It was just 3 horse boys. They were just here. And it was such a nothing fight, but then somebody's like, hey, Berkut and Fernand ride horses. We could just make this an actually important fight.
Just the third guy. He has no idea what he's in here for.
Alright, so here we go, the trio of your rivals, Berkut, Fernand, and... Daniel?
Hold on. Why the fuck isn't Slade here?
Because he fucked off and he got...
Everyone fucked off!
Yeah, but he fucked off harder.
I'm not misremembering things. He's not dead, is he?
No, he's not. He fucked off, and nobody cares about him. Technically speaking, Slade was closer to Desai at the time. I do not think Berkut cares at all. Fernand probably kind of remembers him, but yeah, Slade is just off somewhere partying with a wizard, I guess, because that's where we last saw him. He was like, hey, I want to defect, and the wizard was like, okay, but like, who are you?
Just leave it to me.
Why should we trust you if you're going to defect once?
Yeah, it's just weird to me because they have 3 horse boys. This map has 3 horse boys. Why did they only use 2 horse boys?
I do want the version of this fight and this cutscene where Slade is here and everybody is just mad. Alright, Fernand, we'll show 'em what for. Yeah, let's get 'em. Oh, fuck off.
I needn't test you as Lord Berkut does. I already know how pathetic you are.
Slade is just the fucking goon. He's just a mook, like, yeah, you tell him, boss.
Which way to go, boss? Which way to go? Also, I love how Fernand's just like, I already know how pathetic you are. Gets 2 fireballs lobbed at him. He is now almost dead.
Now, would I turn the gas on if my dear friend Fernand were in this oven?
Oh no! Generic Knight, no!
Somehow you were the first to fall. It'd be so funny if he was the last one to go down, actually.
Behold! The mother showers me with blessings.
I mean, he is the only one who's going to die in this field on this day. Spoilers, I guess.
We don't know that. He could have ran away.
No, he's on the ground. Characters do have a specific animation when they're dead. Versus when they're just like, ooh, that hurt.
As you're going to demonstrate here.
Ow!
Careless. But next time will be different.
So long, nerd.
I'll have to remember to say it's not different at all, is it, Fernand?
Also, looking back, I really wish I got that kill with Python. I think I wanted to keep Python in my pocket to, you know, whittle down Berkut, because Berkut's actually pretty tough.
Come then. Are you going to entertain me or not?
Oh god. That wasn't fun.
The Fernand and Python should have unique dialogue. Because I just want the, like, I needn't test you as Lord Berkut does. And Python just yells, your mom sucked me good and hard through my jorts.
You just take Fernand out with Python. Wait, where that arrow are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Python got me?
The last arrow just has a note attached to it. It says this was from Python. It has like a little caricature of Python drawn on it.
Berkut, on second thought, I quit. I can't handle the shame.
Stronger than I thought. But no. I came here to be entertained, not to give up my life.
I've decided to not die at 0 HP.
There are multiple characters in this group that can shoot lightning. You have a horse.
Thanks for the ring, idiot.
Dad, we stole his engagement ring. We don't get that scene, do we? Of like, he goes back to Renee and Renee's like, my lord, have I offended you? Why did you take off your ring? I didn't take off my... Oh, god damn it.
I swear to God, if Python's wearing it right now.
Yeah, I just cuts the Python. Hey guys, check out the dude rock.
I'm not quite sure how we just pulled that off. There were only 3 of them. How did they give us so much trouble?
Rigel may be stronger than I first believed. What if this is a mistake?
Did you say something, Clive?
It was nothing. Come, we must plan our siege of Desay's fortress. An ally of ours is being held there, and we must rescue her.
You're talking about Matilda, right? I heard what happened. She's special to you, isn't she?
She is. We promised to share a future together. And because of that promise, she has suffered for far too long. It relieves me to know she will soon be free of this burden.
I'm glad to hear it. And you know I'll do everything I can to help.
Thank you, Alm.
Alright, so that's fights for the episode, but there's a village up here. So we're gonna be here for a hot minute, and oh, look at that. There's now an enemy on that map space, because that's how the map works. It's also a turn-based ordeal. But more on that later. For now, let's talk to people.
Gray told me everything, So you and that Silica woman were friends when you were little? That's why you seemed so close. Good then. I was starting to worry. Well, not worry. I mean, it's not my business how you two... Oh, never mind. But are you certain Silica is just a priestess? The way she carried herself was more... refined. Like how you carry yourself.
Hello there. Come for a chat? I believe I owe you for extricating me from that embarrassing situation. The Arcanist who attacked me must have been one of the Duma faithful. But only a true fiend would kidnap beautiful young maidens. If you ever face those louts, put me in your ranks and I'll teach them. They have it coming for the indignities they visited upon me.
You're too late. Ain't nothing left for you in this village. We never made trouble for no one. Honored the old laws, we did. But Desay and them Regalian brutes raided and pillaged us all the same. You're with the Deliverance, ain't ya? Then think kindly on us when you give that dastard Desay what's coming.
Alright, well, we're already gonna get to say, but let's beat them up even harder for these people.
Oh, good oranges.
Yeah, here's some oranges, everybody. Finally. Oh, look, an orange for our inventory. Yum, yum.
I'll just take one. I'm not going to touch the tree. This one will go bad anyways because it fell off. I don't need any more.
I mean, they said they didn't have anything left to give, so you know what? I think it'd be rude to take more from them, other than this orange, which was no longer viable. This orange will soon perish, which is why it's just going to sit in my inventory for the rest of the game.
I don't have a problem.
You there. You're with the Deliverance, are you not?
I am. Who are you?
My name is Luthier, merely a humble mage from a humble village. On this day, however, I cry your aid, for my younger sister is in trouble.
What happened?
First of all, you should know that my sister is named Delphia. She possesses magical potential beyond that of any in our village. One of Regel's Arcanists, Tatara, caught wind of this and kidnapped her. He's using his powers to control her and make her guard the northern sluice. They plan to block the sluice until it collapses and Sophia is flooded.
What? But that would be catastrophic.
Indeed it would. Surely you're planning to stop them, correct? If so, I ask that you also rescue my sister. I'll even go with you if you like. If we defeat Tatara, that will release his hold on her.
Alright, let's recruit Luthier then. Alright, so let's see. Hey Luthier, how's it going? Okay, so in the next few episodes you're gonna hear a lot about Luthier being kind of forgettable, or just kind of and I don't know why. Maybe it's just because he's the newest guy and everybody else who's been here before is better at just waltzing up to enemies and destroying them, but I'm gonna level with you, Luthier's not bad. In fact, he's actually really good. Like, he's got pretty good HP, so he can cast a lot, but of course, his biggest strength is his ability to crit, because he's got 80% skill growth rate and 50% luck growth rate. So like, this boy's gonna be critting a lot, It helps that he starts with Excalibur, which is already a crit-heavy spell, so really, it won't take long for Luthier to just crit for days. He's very good at it. And honestly, like, his weaknesses aren't even that pronounced, maybe at least against other mages. I would say his attack is a little lacking, but like, if Cliff goes the mage route, they have the same attack power, and Cliff's been doing fine up to now, so like, it's not a huge deal? So if I had to point to any huge problems with Luthier, it would be his speed makes him a bit of a dice roll. 40% isn't necessarily a death sentence for his speed in this game, but there's a pretty good chance Luthier will just wind up being slow. So his ability to crit is going to be offset slightly by the fact that he's probably only going to get to attack once. So you better hope RNG likes you, or single spells might not be good enough to take down an enemy. He's also not terribly defensive either, but whatever, he's a mage, it's kinda to be expected, but he's at least got 2% resistance growth rate. That's gotta count for something, right? That's 2 better than a lot of characters. Luthier's other potential problem is his spell list is a little lacking. Now granted, he is a male mage, and they kind of get fuck all in terms of magic in general, but his magic list is not that much different than anyone who's not supposed to be a mage, which is not ideal. That being said, he does get all of the basics at least. He's got fire, as I mentioned, he starts with Excalibur, he'll get thunder, he'll get Sagittae, and that's it for attack spells. He's got nothing else. Magic list is where Cliff at least has a bit of a leg up on Luthier. Not by much, but it's something. I guess the one other thing I might mention is Luthier's luck base stat. His growth rate's pretty good, but his starting stat isn't great. His luck will get better, but at the start, he's not as good at critting as he could be, and he's gonna get crit if you put him in harm's way, so be careful with him. He's a little fragile, even though he's all the way to level 7 already. Alright, well thanks for that, future me. Alright, so we now have a mage. If you didn't make Cliff a mage, or if Cliff died horribly somehow, well, here we go. We finally got a mage.
Good day. If you didn't know, I am a traveling merchant. My packs are heavy, but I yet have room to deliver a single item if you wish it. Just give me a name, and I'll see they receive it with all speed.
Luthier and Elfia descend from the founder of our village, so they do. She was a mage, one who was said to be the champion Sophia's finest disciple. For generations, children in their family have been born with a gift for magic, though only those in our village and the late king knew of it. So what fool told those damned Regalians?
Alright, so anyway, yes, the peddler over there will take items to the other party. We'll see some other multicolored male Annas on that route as well. Do be wary, you can only use them once and then they'll just, go to the other party. The item will instantly be in their inventory, no cutscene required or anything, no meetup points. But yeah, if you need to take anything over, know what it is you're taking.
Are you with the Deliverance? I'm afraid I have some ill news. One of the enemy soldiers mentioned a female knight they're holding captive. Desai plans to put her to death soon, as an example to others.
What? They intend to execute Matilda?
I fear so, good Sir Knight. If she's dear to you, you'd best march on his fortress before it's too late.
Desai's men come here without pause to raid, pillage, and upend our lives. One of their more wicked knights even made off with some poor lass. And now, the Empire is trying to start a flood and put half of Zofia to ruin. Will we never have peace?
Hey, does every recruitable female characters start this game kidnapped?
Well, May was fine. do you mean just on Alm's route? Because there's also Faye, she's fine.
Ones you don't start with.
Okay.
You start with May and Jenny. You technically have to recruit Faye, but you do start with her. But like, Claire was kidnapped, Silk was kidnapped, Matilda's kidnapped, Althea's kidnapped. We only saw 2 of the Pegasus sisters. I wonder what happened to the third one.
Alright, so here we have the blacksmith. Let's talk to... Oh my god, she's hot! Hi, hello! Wait, she's not playable? Why'd they make the blacksmith so hot if she's not playable? What were they thinking? They can't just make an NPC this powerful. Alright, so, blacksmith. This is where you're going to be spending your money. Got a whole lot of stuff. We can forge, inscribe a weapon name, erase the weapon name, we can trade for money, and then we can trade silver and gold marks. So, let's check all this stuff out. So you can forge just about any weapon. The rusted weapons need to be forged to be anything useful. You can see the price of forging on the bottom screen. Is just wound up being a steel sword. The number of blank stars is the number of times you can forge it, so Warrior's Sword can go up to level 4. This Rider's Bane only has 3 levels. You can also check out the various levels and like how powerful they are, and forging does actually really strengthen weapons. That's just a steel shield, but hey, we have it now. It's more useful than it could have been.
It doesn't always take 10 silver to fix a rusted weapon, right?
I don't believe so.
So you can kind of guess which ones are the important ones.
I think so. Alright, so yeah, we can just go through our whole inventory and see what everything's worth. I'm not trading anything though. Converting, oh boy, that's super not worth it. Well, I guess in this case, the message here is buy the DLC so you can actually get more than 1 gold mark every 10 hours. Actually, yeah, I apparently did trade in all of this stuff on screen, which is weird because usually I don't do that. Basically, I just want to get rid of duplicates because they're not going to be super useful. Get me a little extra money. And do I forge on screen? If I don't, then next time we see Ulm, some of these weapons are going to be ludicrously powerful. Yeah, I think at the very least I look through some of like the stronger options, because goddamn, look at those. Weight goes down, might goes up, Warrior's Sword gets amazing.
Forging in this game was more approachable for me because the weapons are permanent. But like, I do not remember forging at all in Path of Radiance.
I don't remember it from Path of Radiance.
Soldiers of the Deliverance, I require your assistance. Gargoyles have kidnapped my daughter and taken her to the Western Shrine. If it is at all in your power, you must not let any harm befall her. I know I ask much, so if you manage to save her, my treasure is yours.
So anyway, yeah, though, I remember in the DS games, at least, it is technically very broken, from what I understand. Like, you can just make a weapon stupidly powerful, and it just takes, you know, an amount of gold, which you probably have a surplus of anyway. And, like, I never used it, though, because weapons are temporary.
Yeah.
A moment?
What is it?
It's about that young man Luthier's sister. Is it truly wise for us to get involved? An army of Arcanists awaits us. How are we to protect one village maiden?
I understand your reasoning, but...
Forgive me if I am out of place. I do not mean to question your leadership. But the purpose of the Deliverance is not to save one girl at a time, correct? Sometimes we must examine a situation more dispassionately.
Suppose it wasn't a village maiden. Suppose it was a princess or some noble daughter. Then would you go save her?
Well, that's hardly the same thing.
It's exactly the same thing. Look, I know I can't save everyone, and that I'll have to make hard choices. But those choices can't ever be based on the station of a person's birth. I thought you felt the same.
I do.
Then humor me this time, because I'm going to need your sword.
Alright, there we go. I powered up a weapon. Alright, so we still got some time left. What am I doing? Oh, that's right. We got some turn wheel stuff, didn't we? That's right. That's the sparklies.
Chancellor Desay? Chancellor! It's me, Lord Chancellor. Sir Slade. You, ask for me, my lord?
You've arrived.
Good. My lord, may I ask why you wanted to meet me here?
The castle has far too many ears, and what I say is meant for yours alone. I have a mission for you, one that must be carried out in secret. Prince Conrad and Princess Antise, you are to go to the villa where they reside and put them to the sword.
My lord, that's... You want me to assassinate the king's own children?
Do it. And when this sorry business is over, you shall be my right-hand man. Lands, titles, the world has great things in store for you, Slade.
Of course, my lord. May I presume to, presume that you were behind the untimely demise of the king's other scions?
Presume what you will. I do the world a service by purging it of Lima's incompetent bloodline. Only one man is fit to rule Zofia, and you stand in his presence. Or do you disagree?
No, my lord. Agreed on all fronts. Was about to say as much myself, so I was. But doesn't the king's bloodline descend from Milla herself? Incompetent though Lima may be, the mother won't take kindly to his death.
Do not speak to me of mothers. I never suckled at that monster's teat. Why should I fear a goddess too busy sleeping to leave her temple? The age of worrying about what the gods think of us has come to an end. The kingdom of Zofia needs a strong will to set it back on course. My will.
Well said, my lord. Hear, hear. I would be honored to aid you in all of your noble ambitions.
Then see it done on the day after next. That's when Lima and his guard go to the temple for rites. Oh, and Slade. Kill everyone at the villa. I want not a single life spared. There can be no witnesses.
Understood, my lord.
Just baffled, because, like, if nobody else could hear it, that means Slade did it alone, right? How many people did he kill in one fucking day?
We don't talk about that, because, man, it sucks for the people who died. They were all killed by Slade, of all people. They got burned to death in a villa by Slade. I think you just go to heaven automatically just out of pity if Slade kills you.